Is it just me, or this attempt not looking too bueno? Quam, what's up? Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, just giving you guys a little interlude here, just a little teaser until we get fully up and running. Then we are going to be I'm pretty excited, man. We're going to be showing you guys off this sheet, this new sheet or I should say updated sheet, to kind of look at all of the migration movements that have happened so far from November 7th, which was again shortly after the start of the season. And then we're going to be going all the way until, what was it? Or I'm sorry. I think it was from the 7th. Yeah. So it was like, so the season started on the 14th and it's going to end on the 26th. So we're looking at like a 40-day. So Brig of War started on the 8th. So we're looking at movement from essentially after registration of AOD for the last season up until the 20th, is what we're going to look at right now. So, yes. Punisher, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, we're going to be... Beans, what's up, man? Damn, top 12K. What power is the 12,000th? So, how I did it is it's actually a little bit more than 12,000, but how I did it is I went off. So I created a minimum for anyone that was at or over 100 million power. So I think when I pulled it, or excuse me, when it was sent to me for the 20th, because I believe the 20th we are going off of. Oh, hang on. Let me double check this real quick. So, yeah. So we went off historical power, and looks like they're still splitting. Okay, so we did that. Let me go down here. I can tell you right now. So, oops, that's a little bit too far. So as of the 20th, which was a couple days ago. There was, let's go, let me scroll a little bit more. Here we go. There was 13,123 players that were at 100 million historical power or higher. So that's what we used. Really, it's like 13,125 about that, that we used. I just put top 12K. And that's just because, again, there's a few more players now as of the pull on the 20th compared to the 7th that were able to hit 100 million power. So, yeah, the bubble right now for 100 million, or at least as of 4 days ago, was at 13,123. So With that, that's what we looked at. So again, I'm going to show the sheet off here shortly as we get in. We're just jamming out some of our promos per usual, but oh wow, they're still going on this dragon too. But what we're going to show today is how much player movement has happened thus far from the 7th of November up until the 20th of December. Now, keep in mind, there is a good chance that however many accounts have migrated currently, we might end up seeing more than that after the 20th, because obviously summary hit yesterday, and that is when obviously the rewards are distributed. So when that ends up going, and obviously people are waiting for that until they migrate. So most likely it's going to end up being, there's obviously going to be more people that migrate, and there arguably could be way more people that migrate after summary, meaning after the 24th, which again, for reset purposes, that was yesterday evening, right? So almost 12 hours ago, up until registration for the next KVK. So we're kind of doing this in stages, right? So we're doing one now, and I'm going to show that off shortly. And that's going to show all the migration movement from, like I said, November 7th through December 20th. I'm also curious on how many players some of you think have migrated. Like the total amount of players you think have migrated from that time. That are, again, 100 million plus, right? There could still be more, but for the sake of kind of keeping these a little more simpler for us, we're only focusing on the 100 million plus players. Maybe I'll extend it, maybe to like 80 mil plus the next time we do it. But at least for now, we're going to keep it at 100 mil plus. But then we're going to do another one of these once registration finishes. So once registration finishes, I'll get another pool after registration. And once that happens, then we'll see the total amount of players that have moved from post-registration this season for AOD up until registration closing for the next season. And that'll obviously give us, the full range, because we know there's going to be a lot of migration that's going to happen from essentially yesterday at reset up until registration closes for this upcoming KVK season, especially because, again, there's a healthy number of people, I'm sure, that did not want to migrate until they got the rewards. So, but there have been a decent amount of people that have migrated from once registration closed this season up until December 20th. And again, what we're going to show today is we'll go through all the top kingdoms based on their ranking coming out of or going into AOD for this current G2 pool. So we'll look at those. We'll look at 60. We'll look at 176 with EIS. We'll look at which kingdoms had the most amount of people leave, and we'll look at which kingdoms had the most amount of people join so far. Right? Because eventually we're going to be able to look again publicly at migration scores. We can't see that now unless you obviously go into the kingdom and you click on the king tools. But and I will show you top down the strongest players in the game who has migrated from the top, right? So we'll show that first, and then we'll look at like some specific kingdoms. And if you want me to check your kingdom, I am happy to as well, because I got plenty of time. So yeah, should be good. Yeah, Punisher says, I'm curious to what power his last one. Yeah. Kiora's, what's up, man? Wow, I'm surprised this game actually has 13,000 active accounts. It's got more than that. It's got more than that. So, yeah. Yeah. Punisher, you're surprised. I actually think there's over 50,000 active players. I mean, I can tell you this. There absolutely is over 50,000 active players playing. It's actually closer to around 150 to 200,000 based on the last data sets from when I covered this. And keep in mind, this is among CH25 accounts in the game. There obviously could be more than that. But the last time I did, the last time we looked at activity levels in the game, which was months ago, I'm going to try and look at it again. Touche, Gohan. Yes, obviously that does not necessarily account for any air flyers or frequent flyers, we should say. But based on accounts that are at CH25 and are on the map that have not disappeared due to inactivity, the last numbers we looked at were between 150,000 and 200,000 players. Now, again, that's minimum, of course, because that doesn't account for people that are below that City Hall level and or for new players. But for the sake of argument, when we're looking at recurring active player base, I think it's better to look at stronger accounts and then those that are obviously still on the map. Because that's more so giving you like your retained numbers at that point. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to show this off here in a moment as we transition, and then I'm going to explain. I'm going to have to break the sheet down. I also have to give a shout out to as well, so please do not let me forget, because someone was very generous and kind enough to update the sheet for me. And there's one other thing I actually had thought of too as well. I need to see if they're able to do this for me too. But I will probably ask for that at some point after the holidays. I'll say. Okay. I think I'm good here. Sweetness. Dope. All right. So let's go and take a look here. And I'm going to show you guys the updated sheet that we have now, where we start looking at, again, that player movement. So I think I have this. I just got to make sure I have this all set. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me get one moment. Let me move one thing here. Okay. I think we're good now. Oh, let me do this. Smash. Hey. And let me switch over to the sheet. All right, here we go. So, font might be a little small. I don't know what the font size is here. Is it 10? Oh, it is. Let me see if I can... let me see if I can increase this and it doesn't like screw me too much. Hang on, let me see here. I mean, it's a lot. So I'll have to see if it will work. Oh, cool. I don't think it messes up if I do this. Okay, let me do this and then I'm gonna make everything a little bit bigger just so it's easier to see. Okay. Oh, is it still updating or no? Did we go? I guess this isn't like the worst font. Maybe it's not gonna update. If it doesn't, that's fine. I just wanted to see if it would. Okay. So it doesn't look like it is. Bear with me a moment. Let's do this. All right, this might take a minute. Oh, no, that's okay. And we'll do that. Yeah, I keep forgetting I need to increase the font size so it's easier for you all to see. Because I can look at it in small font if I'm just kind of going through it. But when I think about it, yeah, it's probably better to give you guys something a little bit bigger when you're viewing. So I'm going to explain what you're looking at here in a moment. Let me just widen these columns. So in case you want to take a look at some other metrics. Now, some of you might recall this. Oh, I think that one was already fixed. Some of you might recall this sheet if you saw my video when we did the top 10,000 players. It was like a year ago, and I did one of these. Now, this is obviously something I want to start doing every season, and I want to try and at least do it twice a season, kind of once around this time near the end of a season, before summary, because again, that accounts for about 30 days or 35 days or so. And then do another one from once summary hits up until registration closing for the next upcoming season. And that's just because there's quite a few pieces of movement that we've been able to see. So let me see if is that going to shrink or no, it's probably about the same. All right, awesome, we're almost done. And then I'm going to explain again, kind of all the columns and who kind of helped me out and kind of some of the future plans on this as well. But before I'm going to also tell you the total amount of players that have migrated within this window. So if you want to take a guess at how many you think have migrated from November 7th until December 20th, post it in the chat and we'll see who gets closest. Okay. Is the font size okay for everyone? I'm hoping it is. Yeah, I'm absolutely hoping that the font size is a little bit better. So you guys can let me know. Oh boy. Kira says, yeah, should be, yeah, but the 100 million is still 13K. Yeah. Do you think, Praise says, do you think you can see where most players from a certain alliance went to where? Absolutely, Praise. That's something we'll be showing as well. I kind of want to see Echo members who decided to stay, who went to BTX, who went to W. No, absolutely. So the cool thing about this sheet is that it basically takes two pools from two dates. And then it sorts everything, and it'll show us. Basically, it'll identify who moved from one kingdom to the next, and then I'm filtering it based on this column D, which is mismatch. And basically, what this column does is identify with the tag of mismatch who moved from one kingdom to another. And so what you're going to see here is that it's only going to show us migrations that have already occurred between November 7th. Now, it won't tell us the day that they migrated. That would be dope. But I don't know. I'd have to get daily scans to do that. And I just don't know, how much legwork is involved fairly, right? So, but it is something that would be cool if there was a way to do it and it didn't take like some ridiculous killer amount of time, right? But essentially, if something comes up as a mismatch, that basically means that a player migrated from one kingdom to a new one. This is also sorted based on power. So now this doesn't include everyone, obviously, because there's other stronger players or players around this power, but it'll show you the old power and the new power from the 7th till the 20th. So you'll be able to see that. You can see the power difference as far as growth that it'll show. The old tag, the new tag. So right alliance they left, where they joined, player name, kingdom they left, kingdom they joined. There's ID numbers. It'll even go as far as adding some more. So you could see old merits, right, versus new merits. So meaning old merits are their merits last season, because again, remember the merits don't reset until the new season begins. So for merits, it's where their merits were last season compared to where their merits were on the 20th. Now keep in mind, there were still 6 more days left from when the pool was on the 20th, but we can still do a comparison again in this example if I was to take a pool from like the 26th, right? This will show their old M over P, right? So what was their old PvP activity percentage? What's their new PvP activity percentage? So we can even look at who had the highest activity percentage last season or the lowest and compare, right? So an example here would be if you take a player like Zook, right, who left Echo, joined BTX in 99, right? Old power for Zook was 527 mil, 530, right? Only gained a little bit of historical power, right? That's what we're talking about, historical power growth. If you look at his old merits, well, he had almost 71 million merits last season. This season, at least as of 4 days ago on the 20th, about 30 mil. And you can see here his PvP activity percentage dropped by 2/3. You can also look at old kills, new kills, like so how many more kills. Same thing with deads, right? So you can look at how, what was deads, where was the deads basically leading up to the new season starting, and then where it was as of 4 days ago. Same thing with heals. You can even look at like T4 kills. So we have T4, T5 kills. So you can look at like how many more T5 kills, how many more T4 kills did they get, right? So like in Zook's case, right, he did 64 million more T4 kills, but only did about 5 million, a little bit less, 4.5 million T5 kills this season. Again, that's as of the 20th. So again, there's a lot of detail here that we've added in. Now, obviously, I have to give a massive shout out to Drew from Kingdom 176 over in Illuminati I. And again, I know there's plenty of people out there who are spreadsheet wizards. I know Drew is just one of the few that I know of and had initially helped me set up this sheet. And there's some really cool stuff that I'm going to do videos on utilizing this information for kind of end of season and then ahead of the new season, because a lot of this data is basically going to factor into new matchups, right? So if you kind of want to see like, where are the trends, where are people going? How does that factor into them working their way up the Kingdom leaderboards? How does that factor in and them working their way up maybe into top KVKs? Just to kind of name a couple things, there's really a lot that we can learn from this. So like, to me, that's really exciting. Also, some more people joining us, man. Welcome, welcome. As always, if you guys enjoy, help us out. Throw us off. Every like keeps your boy on the mic. Hey, I love this new tagline. I am going to keep this new tagline. I'm a fan. I'm going to be honest. Puppets quit. Now it's White Wolf. So before we go in and we dive a little deeper, I just want to catch up on some chat real quick, just in case. We got 92. Let's see here. Yeah, Kira says Echo mainly is just WAO and BTX. That was 2 to 3, just 2 to 3 are solo players. Praises, I like to check if Echo members or ES members actually decided to stay in groups. It can show a good perspective of how good these alliances were internally. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, we'll take a look there. Praises, also love the new head mic you got. I got the same one. Oh, you got one of these shocks. Yeah, dude, I love this headset. I use this for everything, man. I use it for working out. I use it for running. I use it for if I'm just doing calls or if I just want to like listen to music. Like I like it because it doesn't cover the ear and it doesn't go in the ear, right? It just kind of goes over and then the music plays from right here and it basically comes out. So it's one of those things where, if you're walking or if you're outside, you can hear traffic, you can hear a car, you can hear other people, yeah, man, I'm, again, not sponsored or anything, but I like ever since I found out about this headset, oh man, it's been, and I just bought the new one. I had the old one, which was the Shox 1, And then they just came out with the Open Run 2, which is their latest model. So these are the Open Run 2s. So, oh yeah, man, I'm such a big fan. That's pretty dope. I'm glad other people are familiar, like they're on the Shocks game, dude. Yeah, they make good stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Andre, dude, thank you so much for the dono, man. I appreciate that. Merry Xmas, BN. Dude, Merry Christmas to you, bro. And your fam and loved ones. I hope you guys have a good holiday. Absolutely. Yeah, it's okay. Puppets quit. It's White Wolf now. Yeah. Oh, it's Rhinos. My bad. Thanks, Rhinos. Thanks. Oh, it's the name. It's the name. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So let's go through some stuff here. And I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to scroll a little bit here for now. But then we're going to go through like maybe a minute. Give me a minute where we'll do a little bit of scrolling. And then after that, we will start going through the top kingdoms. So I'm going to use this and we're going to look at the top. I don't know if it's going to be, yeah, I'll use this one for the PvP tab. So we'll start with the top kingdoms. This was, again, as of the pool I think we did at the end of October. So we'll start with those, and we'll look at each of those kingdoms individually so we can see how much movement, right? How many people have left those kingdoms. Or potentially how many people have joined them, right? And so we can do this a couple ways. But I think I'm probably going to filter this by number first. And I say that because if I do that, it'll also show us, we can identify some of the kingdoms that maybe have a lot of people. But we'll start with the top kingdoms and then we can do that right after. Because it will be a good way to easily see, again, how, you know, which kingdoms have the most amount of players that have left. And then we can kind of always go from there at that point. So let me scroll down a little bit more. Where was I here? 215. So you guys can kind of see the next set. Where's 223? Okay, good. So here's the next set of people, right? And again, for those of you that are here first, right, you guys are kind of getting a little first look at it. So I'll let you guys look at that for a sec, and then I'll go to the, and then I'll do a few more scrolls after this, and then we'll start looking at specific kingdoms. But for those of you that are curious when it comes to like the top players and who's kind of, you know, who moved where, you know, I find it pretty interesting. I mean, even just looking at it as an example, you got kingdoms as low as 40 and kingdoms as high as like 671, right? Like, so it's pretty cool when you think about the fact that some people are willing to go to a younger kingdom, you know, for whatever reason it might be. Like for me, I think that's really cool to see. And I'm sure there's obviously reasons why. Some might be obvious, some might be less obvious. So I'm gonna do another scroll now. Okay, I'm there. Awesome. I gotta keep my place. Gotta keep my place. So yeah, maybe we'll go down to about 150 million or so, maybe, or 175. And then we'll start taking a look more specifically at kingdoms that, or at the specific kingdoms themselves. So I'm sure, obviously, you know, some of you are going to recognize some names no matter what. So, hey, yeah. And if you guys want, you have to let me know. But if you want, we can even see who grew the most power from, we can look at which players grew the most power. Ooh. Fam, I just thought about this. Let me know if you like this idea. I think I have a new idea now. Would any of you at all be interested if I did a video on the top 25 players who grew the most power each month in the game? Or maybe the top 50 players who grew the most power in the game? Man, I didn't think about this, but now that I am, I could potentially use something like this to do comparisons. However, oh yeah, I would just have to extend this to the top 50,000 players, but it could be done. It could be done. Would any of you be interested in that? If I did something like that and we did like one of those top 25 videos or so, but it covered the top players who grew the most power, either monthly or maybe bi-monthly. I'm curious there on that one. Also, Bad Dog, dude, thank you so much for the membership, man, and the gift. I appreciate that. That means a lot, man. Thank you. I'm gonna throw some confetti in the chat because it's free. Yeah. Hey. Okay, cool. Dope. Okay, let me do one more here, and then we're gonna start looking at some specific kingdoms. Where I'm at like we're almost at 175, and then we'll start looking at those. I'll miss your tank mage rhinos. Yeah, Machines, what's up, man? Many of us still chilling until the 26th for pet policies and elixir policies to heal. Yeah. Yeah, and Machines, so I was saying this earlier, is what we're going to do is I'm going to extend this where we'll keep the same baseline date of November 7th, but then I'm going to wait until registration closes for this upcoming season. So if that's, 2 weeks or so away or however long, once that closes, I'm going to ask Fuzzy and Ezio over at Hero Scrolls if they can shoot me another pool for the day after, right? And then I'll do another one of these videos, but maybe we'll do a live stream on it, right? So we can show like the full amount of people that migrated ahead of the upcoming season. And we can see where everyone went. Because you're right. I mean, there's people that were waiting for summary to finish, and then people will probably wait until the season actually ends on the 26th before they start moving. And not everyone is necessarily going to move right away, right? Like not everyone's going to move the day after the 26th on the 27th. Some people might move the 28th, the 29th, the 30th. So it's important for me to probably wait until registration ends, because that's when obviously migration will end for that upcoming season. For those that want to participate, of course. And then we'll be able to see this. So we're going to do another one of these as well. This is just kind of to get our, my bad, get our feet wet a little bit. All right, let me do one more. This will be the last one. And then after this, we're going to go and take a look at the specific kingdoms to see, and we're going to start with the top kingdoms first, right? So who left the top kingdoms? Where did they go? And then I'll sort the sheet so we can see which kingdoms had the most amount of people leave, and then sort it after that to see which kingdoms had the most amount of players join so far. Also, there is a number, I'm going to tell you right now. There's a number for the total amount of migrants or players that have migrated between November 7th and December 30th that are over 100 million power. And it's a minimum number, but again, there's a number that I was able to find out, right, for the total amount that are here on the sheet. So for any of you that have a guess, if you want to guess at how many people you think have migrated, feel free. Okay, but I'll reveal that a little bit later. So let's start now and look at, we're going to go top down. So we're going to start with 176. We'll go in this order. And we'll look at, let's just say like all the A kingdoms, or maybe the top 20 or so, right? So let's start with 176 is what we'll do. Okay. So at the moment in 176, 4 players have migrated out up until the 20th so far. Praised top 10 who gained most deaths each month, or maybe, ooh, I like that. Praised. I like that. We can do a top 25 on the players who gained the most amount of deaths, but I could also do that for the G2 season as well. So, yeah, but I see where you're going with that. Let me think a little bit more on that one. Merck's hospital will affect it. Yeah, most people don't grow power though out of KVK unless Greatest Heights comes up. Well, no, that's not true. They can also grow power during Brink of War, but it's probably more the training phase, right? But I see where you're going with that though, Fry. Radio Doc says 50,000. Yes. Sorry, the 50,000 mention was because I get the sheets that I'm sent. I get to see my sheet is like different. It's a little bit more customized because there's certain things that I've asked for. That I want to see and I want to be able to cover as a creator. So on a sheet for like, when I get a sheet, it usually is Kingdoms, Alliances, Players. That's the breakdown. On the Players tab for the sheet I'm sent, it goes up to 50,000 players on it. Now, maybe we could go 60, 70, 75,000, but I think the top 50,000 is probably good enough because like that's a lot. And that's for the most part really all I need. Yeah. Yeah. Shadia says, I want to see who rinses the most money for Greatest Heights. I need to ask them. I need to ask Fuzzy if there is a way where when Greatest Heights comes around, are they able to pull the data for Greatest Heights? Because if they can, that would effortlessly save so much time. I need to ask them about that. And just be like, listen, dude, this is when Greatest Heights is coming. Can you guys check this? I think they announced the dates, didn't they? Announced the dates ahead of time? I believe they did. I'll need to go and check so I can grab those dates and then I can send it over to Fuzzy and ask them if like, hey, are you able to like pull the data for like every Greatest Heights? Is that, yeah, okay. Yeah, I imagine it probably would be something that he could. I just have to ask. I got to ask him and Ezio on it, but that's a good idea. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget because I have a list of stuff that I asked them about. See if they can pull Greatest Height data. Dates have been announced. Okay. Yeah, I wrote this down. Because like anytime someone recommends something or if we think of something, I write it down so I can make sure that, you know, whenever, you know, when I either meet with them or whatnot, I can give them and say like, hey, just, you know, food for thought if this is something you guys might be able to do. Okay, so 4 players have left 176. All between, I guess you could say 133, 134 million and 189 mil. 2 of them went to the same kingdom, went to go join WAO in 92. 1 went to 615, which is NLP, and 1 went to 641, which is GOA. So, and he says, if anyone wants to know who migrated to Alliance like WR, all new members are R2. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be able to show that off as well. Yeah, most power grown is going to be mostly T4 accounts. Yeah, probably. All right, bet. Yeah, because I'm going to TFS instantly on reset 26. Thanks, machine. Yeah. Midget says more than 4. Midget, keep in mind this pool is from the 20th, and you can see the dates here. I did state that in the beginning. I'm going to do another one of these. I'll get another pool from them once registration finishes for this upcoming season. Because again, as people know, right, that's when migration will close if you want to be able to participate in the upcoming season. So I'm going to ask them for another pool the day after that. And then I'm going to do another live stream to show the absolute full migration window for this previous season. And I know that there's probably more people that were waiting for summary to end and some people that are waiting for the end of season to end on the 26th. But this is only for the players that have migrated so far between November 7th and December 30th. Yeah. Oh, Council, thank you. Beta, what's up, man? So ES and Echo has fully disbanded. I mean, honestly, what is probably going to answer that question for everyone is most likely going to be once registration concludes. Once the upcoming registration finishes for this new season, we'll have a better idea. Because if people were waiting for summary to finish or for end of season to finish, they're not going to move until that has happened at the earliest. So once I think we get there, then we'll be able to see kind of what the power looks like for 176 and for 60. And we'll have a better idea, right? But that is the way it looks. Yeah. Okay. Next kingdom is WBA. So let's look at WBA for 249. So we'll clear, and then we'll go 249. Okay. So between November 7th and December 30th, or December 20th, there's been 7 players that have left WBA. Right, this is their power where they went. So it looks like there's only one common denominator here. So 2 players being Acidus and Allen went to 678 to join SOW, around 129, 139 mil power. And then we got some that joined EXG in 592, KOA 530, OEV 589. We got 554 for Nod and 615 NLP. And that's some strong people, right? And it's funny because everyone here are kind of opting to go for younger kingdoms, I should say. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rhino says there are still some members that are staying behind, but for one KVK, I think, yeah. Praise says Echo is fully disbanded. We decided not to keep the name, even if there is an alliance remaining in the kingdom. No one wants to see Echo become a B tier, even a weaker alliance die while on top. Rhino says Dark was second, but he said it die while on top. I mean, yeah. Oh, man, absolutely. Okay. Next, we're going to look at Echo. And I'm sure this is probably one that a lot of people are interested in, so we'll take a look here. Damn! Sorry, was that loud? It keeps going. I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting to see this many. Again, before summary. Wow. Oh my gosh. How low does it go? Okay, wow. So this is 36. Wow. Okay. Dude, nuts. Let me double check. Is that 36? It is. Okay. So 36 players so far have left Echo. Keep in mind, this is between, and I'll keep restating this in case new people join, between November 7th and December 20th. Right? I'm going to be honest, that does feel like more than I thought would have left. Because maybe, I mean, unless they just don't care about summary rewards or end of season, right? I mean, that's my only explanation, is they just don't care about it at that point. Yeah. Shadi says, I'm surprised given it's before summary. I know, right? So this is pretty nuts. It's pretty clear. You can see where most of these players went, which is to BTX. Right? Oh yeah, Rhinos, I guess that's a good point, right? Because Echo didn't win the season, so yeah, maybe the rewards or certain things wouldn't be as much. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, this is pretty wild. So, lowest power being 125. Dude, there is a lot of people that went to BTX. Prey says, if you make a new pool, you'll see the other half of Echo going to WAO. Yeah. I mean, we'll see, right? We'll do it again. But this is a lot. Let me see how many went to BTX. We can figure that out real quick. Okay, so 23. 23 out of 36, which is basically 2/3 of the people that have left so far, went to BTX. Dude, I'm shocked they were able to take that many people. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty nuts. Literally, most people in Echo wanted to stay in groups because they have good community. Yeah. And I mean, that makes a lot of sense, which is good for them if they're able to. Stardy says, yeah, the rewards still add up, but yeah, whales aren't known for their efficient decisions. Jeez. Radio, what's up, man? Oh, damn, Guns got Merc, bet one. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty nutty, man. I mean, and what I'm even, oh, man, and this is so curious on the people that also went back to TFS. Now, I don't know if Princess or Merc were in TFS before, but the fact that some people went to TFS from Echo, I think that's something that some people might point to. I wonder how many it is. There's 2 here. Oh, so only 2 so far. Okay. So only 2 people went to TFS from Echo, at least thus far, as of the 20th. Yeah. Yeah, here's the bottom half. We'll show that real quick. Yeah. Around 30 to BTX, around 30 to at the end, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's 23 so far right now that have gone to BTX, just let alone from Echo. Which is wild. Dude, Lions scored. And dude, Lions been one of my up and comers on 310, man, ever since they had that epic FSK season. So they got one. GOA got an Echo player going to 641. Wow, that's pretty high. ACA. Oh, wow. 2 people went to 646. Wizard and Deadpool. And then Hip. Ooh, dude, NLP got someone. Dude, is it just me? I feel like NLP has been getting some big players as of late at 615. Like, this is... Wow. Okay. IP. And oh, look, dude, NXW got 2. Yukin went there. Marky went there to 375. And then 477 got Yayo. Okay. Wow, dude, that's pretty nuts, man. To see the amount of people that have left. Wow. Dude, absolutely nuts, man. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take a look at the next kingdom here in a sec. Metal, what's up? BTX is basically 150 players, so I think being able to take 23 before summary not hard. Yeah, okay. Merc lost a bet, so had to go to TFS. Really? What was the bet? Oh, he said he didn't go to because... Oh, okay, my bad. Oh. Stargazer, what's up, man? WA on top. Price is negative soul, the one who went to GOA. Okay. Oh, Merc was part of the bet. Weapons, what's up, man? Welcome. So not him on the account. Okay. Metal says overall 33 players from Echo to BTX. BTX became Echo without the strategy element. Damn, jeez. I mean, listen, man, on the recruiting side, you can absolutely argue, man, that they're doing pretty good. I mean, without a doubt. Like, it's pretty solid, right? Okay, let's look at the next kingdom, which is going to be BTX. So we're going to clear. Let's go 99. And let's see where they're at. Okay. So they had 6 people leave. Okay. And again, I mean, obviously maybe more will, but yeah. So any common denominators here? So they had total power. So they've had about 1.17 billion. Oh, sorry, I have to do old because no, I guess it would. I guess we could still say new. So about 1.17 billion power left between 100 and 300 mil. Stargazer, thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Most of them part of the midget group. Okay. Consider BTX got 2 place in row. I mean, yeah, they place great, man. I always say the strategy element isn't bad. Touche. All the BTX ones are kicked, you know, from the merits. Oh, yeah? Oh, let's see. Hang on. I mean, these aren't bad. I mean, with the exception of this person, right? Last season, they had under 1 mil merits. Well, no. This season... Oh, sorry. We have to look at this season, right? So, dude, that's nuts. This player in BTX, who's this dentist, last season had under 1 mil. I mean, maybe they were away, right? That very much could have been the case. But they had 1 mil merits at 0.59% PvP activity. But then this season, 47% activity. And I guess if you're saying this person got kicked, if they did get kicked, that's pretty nuts. I mean, like, that's really good. Now, these other players, I could see that. Right? Because, I mean, they're all under 10%. Unless, I guess it depends on what their minimum is. Oh, Dennis quit? Okay, never mind. There you go. Right? So there's your X factor. Yeah. Romo left. Dennis quit the game. The others were kicked. Okay. Yeah, these other ones I get, right? I mean, this looks like, you know, if your minimum is above 10%, they're under 10% if they're not performing. In that case, Romulus and Dennis would have been the only people this season that would have. Yeah. Okay. No, thanks, Metal, for the update. Okay. Next kingdom we're going to look at is NTS. So this is 49. Let's take a look here. Dude, NTS coming in strong, man. No one has left NTS since November 7th. All right, dude. I mean, listen, maybe that speaks some volumes on people that like playing there and they just don't want to leave, or at least haven't left yet. We'll do this again once we, but dude, that's pretty awesome, man. I mean, that to me, I feel like that, I mean, that speaks some words right there, man. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. Oh my God. Wow. Dude, no one has left WAO yet. Again, I should always state as of up until the 20th, right? We'll do another one of these once the upcoming registration finishes. So there could be, but basically what this means is that no one left during the start of the season and right before this current season started. Who do we have next? 266. Let's go to RAC. Let's see them. Okay, so here we go, man. 3 people left. RAC. And they came in, they were number 7th ranked last season as a kingdom. What's going on here? Someone's pinging me? Yep. Metal says they still executed and beat Echo, right? Or you mean Echo couldn't do the strategy better back then? Today people left. Oh, Council, you said today people left NTS. Okay. Yeah, I'll again, we'll take a look when we do the next pool. That Echo team at 0 practice, you could see how they set out their players did not care to practice at all. You don't know what their strategy involved for real. I mean, you know, I will say this. On the row comment, it would be interesting to go and speak to someone who played on the Echo row team just to get their thoughts on like their row experience. Would any of you be interested in that? If I reached out to like some of the teams that made it to like the top 16, top 8, top 4, you know, that didn't win, or even, you know, I'm still waiting. I still need to talk with, not Ghost. Oh God, man. Wayne. I still got to talk to Wayne. Wayne told me he was down to do an interview on 30 NA winning. I need to follow up with him. I think he said that the game that the COD team wanted to like interview him or ask him some questions or do something first, but like nothing has come out since then. Since he told me this, which was I think like a week or 2 ago. So I need to follow up with him again because I know he said he was down to do an interview on them winning row League. But if you guys would be interested on like me talking to other to other players that were a part of like Row League leadership or their Row League team leadership or whatnot that were in playoffs. Maybe we'll do that. I will say this. I do think the most interesting ones could actually be talking to Echo and EIS, because those obviously seem to be like two of the bigger storylines. So I wonder if anyone from Echo or EIS, a part of their row team, would be interested in wanting to sit down and talk and just kind of, walking me through their experience and their match against MFD, and then Echo's match against, oh God, who did Echo lose to? Was it BTX? Why? I'm forgetting right now. I think it was BTX, but now I feel like I'm blanking. Thankfully, I wrote everything down and we have it archived. Yeah. Tenzi, what's up, man? Yo. What up, what up, what up? Random, yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. So for this one, 3 players left, 266. Going to 357, 606, and 85. Players between 117 and 180 million power left. All right. Who's next? 25 IL. Is that 225? Let's look at who left 225. Okay, so only 3 people so far had left. No one going to the same kingdom. Power between 101 and 110 million. Going to 591, 646, and 615. Strongest player leaving being Hajim. Or Mija. I don't know. Is this supposed to be forward or backwards? Dude, do you guys see what I'm talking about here? How NLP keeps coming up. Is it just me, dude, or is 615 doing some like dope recruiting? I'm going to need to look and see how the recruiting is playing out, because like this seems to be like, there seems to be something going on here, man. Okay, let's look at 30 NA, right? So Row League winners. Okay, so not that bad. No, Rhinos, the server that merged is 587. But you are close. Okay, so only 2 people have left 30 NA. That seems pretty good. And they went to different places. One went to NWA, and then Sweet Killer going to 1UP. NLP is catfishing. Yeah, man, it's not bad. Yeah. Oh, is 617 a newly merged server as well? Really? Did I miss that one? When did 617 merge? Did I miss that? Usually I'm pretty good at keeping up with that stuff. Oh, you're right. MSO2. Dude, that's so... Oh, I see. It actually says it too. It actually comes up as merged realms. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, but will it say... Oh, is there anywhere on here? Dang, I can't believe I missed that. Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. Because usually I'm on it. Even though I wasn't really paying too close attention. Oh, crudsicle, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed in myself right now. Oh man, does anyone know what the kingdoms were? Oh, dude, Rhinos, thank you so much. I'm gonna save this so I can update it on my sheet. Yeah, I feel bad I missed that one. But I'm gonna update it on my sheet so we can keep track of the migrations. Thank you for that. I am disappointed in myself. All right, let's go to MFD 77. Who's hanging out with Abda? Who's leaving? Dude, wow, okay, nice. Quite a few people staying. Yeah. Midget says, I mean, Row League over, so I guess I can say I piloted BTX accounts for Row League, so I kind of know what they put into their strategy. Midget. All right, Midget, you're going to be my backup interview for BTX Row. Yeah. If I can't get anyone, we'll introduce you as an aviator. Yeah. Yeah. Bader, what's up, man? You haven't been paying attention. I know. I'm slipping, man. Yeah. Weapon says, oh no, he doesn't know about 77. Wait, what happened at 77? Oh, nothing. They're in. Who's 77? Oh, yeah, it's MFT. Oh. Well, keep in mind, right? As we've said before, this is only showing migration movement up until the 20th of December. So if anyone moved after that, or if they plan to move after that, we will cover that again once I pull the new data after registration closes for this upcoming season. And then we'll do another one of these live streams. Yeah. Oh no, Rhino, he's above. It says Midget Gohan. I don't know if you can see him, but yeah, he's actually typed 3 times. And he typed the post right before yours. He said Broken Crown Group went to NXW. Okay. BTX plus BTX plus BTX 40 Bill Phoenix. Focus, what's up, man? Okay, so only one person is left, and they went to 366 for you. Okay, let's look at 30. Is this FA or sorry 80 for FA? So again, we're only going to look at a few more, but then we're going to sort this, and we're going to sort it to look at the total amount of players that have left, right? So which kingdoms have had the most amount of players that have left, but we're going to do this in like a little bit easier of a way too as well. Yeah, so we got, was that Kroshiro Sock? Okay, so 3 people left 80, all going to different places. Wow, dude, wow. So someone went to BTX. Kits did. They took 108 mil, okay. How about 110 for ROG? Let's see them. That's 110, right? Oh, Rhinos, you mean on YouTube? I don't know. No, I'm not saying the YouTube ID. I'm seeing it says Midget Gohan. Yeah. Yeah, it's on the YouTube live chat. And like his name just comes up as Midget Gohan. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you want to change your YouTube name? You know what? I'm not sure how to do that. I know some other people have done it before. I've never looked at how to change it for the YouTube chat, but I know someone did it last stream or 2 streams ago. No, I'm pretty sure you can, but I don't know if they had to like go into their account profile and then change it there and then like log out, log back in and come back to the chat. So it might've been something like that. I can't recall that part, but I know someone did try. Okay, let's look at 515. Damn. I mean, this isn't surprising, right? Because remember, we covered 515 and them and them basically disbanding, right? So 22 players have left 515. Wow. Absolutely nuts. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do we have any consistencies here? We got RAC took 3. Wow. RAC took the top 3. And then, Hmm. And then ACA took 3, going to 551. Sorry, 4. They took 4 players. And then it looks like YSS took 5, excuse me. Wow. Oh, Rhino says, I don't see the name midget anywhere. What a sword. I see the real, oh, I see. I don't know what the ID then is because it's only showing me the nickname. Unless you're just stating an observation. YSS 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it looks like 5 people went to YSS. Oh my God. So, yeah, maybe I'm, Rhinos, maybe I'm not understanding. And if so, that's on me. Okay. Yeah. If so, my bad. Maybe I just wasn't fully grasping there because I know I had briefly read. It looks like 2 people went to Vex, 646. Dude, NLP getting 2, 3 people, 4. Oh my God. I didn't see that. Dude, I'm telling you, man, people are going to 615 for some reason. NLP's got something going on, man. Wow. Dude, okay, that's pretty nuts. All right, let's look at 183. Wow. Dude, I mean, that's pretty nuts. 183 has had 3 people leave. So that's pretty good. Like most people staying, at least so far, up until the 20th. All going to different places. Strongest player leaving is Rambo. We're going to look at a few more, and then we're going to do our other sort that'll help us look at things a little easier too as well. So let's look at 283. 283. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Wow, dude. So 10 people have left RFF. And 6 of them going to 530. And then the others spread out. So 530 getting between 102 and 134 mil power. That's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm always on live chat. Rhinos, you did it. Good job. You're the winner. Thanks, Council. Antonio Fernandez, what's up, man? Welcome. But okay, this is interesting, man. So again, 10 people leaving them, at least so far. Right? I'm sure some of these numbers will be more once we do the pool after registration ends. But I mean, still. And then you got KOA picking up a lot. Okay, so let's do the number 16 Kingdom 554. Like I said, we'll do a few more, and then we're gonna look at this in a different way to also see which kingdoms in a more easy way had the most amount of people that left. And then we're also going to look next here in a bit, which kingdoms have had the most, which kingdoms have been able to recruit the most amount of players. So we're going to show that as well. Where am I going? 554, right? Okay, so 4 people have left 554. And also, if you're just joining us, welcome. Help us out. Remember, we only ask for one thing here, and that's just to give us a on the video because, again, you throw us a like if you want me to stay on the mic. Yeah, did I mean? Okay. 4 people leaving 554. 2 of them going to the same kingdom, 188. That's Pito, and Enia. I mean, these are like decent powered accounts. 233, 153 mil. Okay. Let's go to 144. Oh, and I thought I could have like double pressed entered. That did not work. So only 2 people have left. 144 going to different kingdoms. Strongest player Cosmo Baba going to 629 to join TK. All right, let's look at 345 now. And then you guys are gonna like how I'm gonna sort this next because it'll be a lot easier to kind of see everything. Only 1 player has left 345, not bad. And they went to 543, which is with Sith. Ooh, how about the old Nawar Kingdom? Interesting. Okay, so 2 people left. So some smaller players. One going to 140, one going to 617. Okay. All right, last one we're going to do is 156, and then we're going to resort. So only one person. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do this now. Let's get everyone back. Oh, oopsies, hang on. I have to remove the, I forgot. I have to remove the not founds. There we go. we're back to it. So, oh, let's do this. Oh, is it saving? Okay. So, I'm going to tell you guys the total amount of people. So, between November 7th and December 20th, which is again the date range that we're looking at for the amount of people that have migrated essentially during the season and just before the season began, there was a total, or I should say a minimum of 1,059 players that have migrated. I'll say that again, 1,059 players that have migrated since November 7th at minimum to December 20th that are over 100 million power. I mean, that's like a decent amount of people. Okay. This is how we're going to sort this now. You guys ready for this? There we go. I mean, once it sorts. No! Don't do that to me. You. Come on, don't you love me? Okay, if it doesn't want the refresh. Antonio, can't you check the kingdom? Let's refresh. Can't you check the kingdom to see which players they are receiving instead of seeing who is leaving and where? Yes. Antonio, we're going to look at that next. Oh my gosh. No, it's bugging. Okay, hang on. We're going to have to wait for this to refresh. You're fine. No worries. No worries. You can do it. Love me long time. Exit. There we go. Okay, here. There we go. Let's reload. Cool. Let's let this load all the way up. Give this a sec. Okay. Let me hope this works now. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to try doing this the old-fashioned way. Because this should easily just sort the numbers based on these 1,072 rows. Okay. I have another idea. Okay. New idea. Bear with me. Oh, hang on. I might actually be able to do this a little bit easier than I thought. There we go. What am I doing? Sort range. I did think this would work easier. I'm going to have to ask Drew why. Maybe there's just not an easy way to do it, or maybe it's overloaded. Is my next thought here. Yeah, it just seems so weird that it won't just sort it on the numbers. Like it'll sort it on everything else. Maybe if I do a we're only interested in Kingdom of... Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, hang on. Let me do this. Hang on. Let me see if I can just duplicate, and then this way I don't lose anything on the original. And if it will duplicate this, then I could just remove everything besides that. Okay, hang on. Let's give it a sec. Okay, hang on. Stuff is coming. Good. Okay, cool. So I can test it on this one. This should hopefully work. Yeah, we will just remove the extra stuff. Yeah, let's just let this finish loading. You can do it. We believe in you. Okay. So we're gonna do. Let me delete all this. All right. Let's see if that does anything for us. Hopefully it does. Oh, dang. I bet you it's not. I bet you that didn't even matter. Wow, that's pretty nuts. Let me see. Man, let me see real quick. Let me ask. Okay, hang on, man. I just hit up Drew. Let me ask him real quick. Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna have to do it the manual, old-fashioned way, and I thought that it would just be so. I thought it would just be so easy to sort it based on that. Makes me want to cry a little bit. Let me see here. Okay, hang on. Drew's here. Hang on. Question. I am trying to sort the compare tab on an existing filter by, let me see here, A to Z for the kingdom numbers, but it is timing out on me. Any workaround I can do? Okay, hang on. I just asked Drew. Let me see. I'm going to delete this for now. So we can see. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Drew's taking a look at it. We might be good. He's on. He's there. He is. He's looking at it right now. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah. So trying to sort column B by A to Z. Okay, hang on. Okay, okay, hang on. Drew's taking a look. Dude, Drew is the man. And I feel so bad asking for a little bit of time here on Christmas Eve. But hopefully it's somewhat of either an easy fix, or maybe there's just a way where I'll be able just to do something going forward. So hopefully we don't run into the same problem. Poland, what's up, man? CFS Rhinos. Oh, Rhinos, dude. Yeah, there you go. Now it's this Rhinos_TV. Looking good. Looking so good, my guy. Okay, hang on. Drew's letting me know. Column B filters active. Should be excluding let's see, here we go. Mismatch and excluding, I think like not found or something. Oh, see, dude, there we go. I wonder if he fixed it for me now. Wait, hang on. It's missing some though now. Missing some now. Like case 60. Yeah. Dude, that's so weird because now because yeah, let me refresh real quick because it should have Kingdom 60 on here, but it's not. So like something happened. That's so weird. Oh, wait, will it be? Oh, I see. Why? Oh, okay. So, no, cool. Okay. So he did do it. That's so weird. Has a 6 and that's after the 1. Oh, I see. So It doesn't just go in standard chronological order. Okay. Okay, so I just have to scroll to find it. That's so weird. Okay, I think we're good now, fam. I think we're good. Okay. Oh, I see. So these must be all the solos. Oh, dude, it's all over the place, though. I'm gonna be honest, I thought this would have been easier. Huh. And it shouldn't just be 700. I'm so confused right now. Because there was 1,058. Yeah. Huh. There was over 1,000 players that migrate. Let me see. These dates, but I'm gonna have to see on this one. This is interesting. I mean, it's kind of corrected, but I don't know. Yeah, now I feel like I'm even a little bit more confused. Let me see, though. Let's see if I can play around with this real quick. Yeah. Yeah, for example, which was around 79 or something like that. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, hang on. Drew says he's taking a look, so we'll see. I mean, this shows it a little bit, right? Like we can see some, but like my hope was from that list of whatever it was, like 1,079 or so, we could filter that. Because everything's in Roboto, so like it's just a size difference. That shouldn't change anything. Okay. I'll be honest, man. I could just happily sit here and just watch Drew do his magic. Sneaky, what up, baby? Just want to say Merry Xmas, brother. Have a good one. Merry Christmas, all CoD fam in chat. Dude, so good to see you, man. So, dude, I'm so happy things are going really good for you over there on Age of Empires, and I know you've been keeping up with the Godforge stuff too, as of late, man. So that is awesome. You're killing it, my guy. You're killing it. Okay, hopefully Drew's going to be able to work some magic for us here. Bring it, my back. Yeah. Yeah, maybe once there's a new kingdom builder, Sneaky will come back and play with us. Okay, so Drew's working on it, right? Taking a look and seeing what we can fix. Because again, remember, we were looking at everyone that was mismatched, which basically like these people, right? So like all these people here that it showed had migrated between November 7th and December 20th is the date range that we're showing right now. But the thing that we wanted to try and be able to see is like this, right? You see how it's showing like a bunch of like 110 people right now? Like something like that. We want to be able to see those numbers. He's like, you've been waiting a long time. Yeah, man. There are some rumors out there on them doing a COD rock baby hybrid child game, but you know, that's only rumors as always. Have a good stream again. Happy holidays. Yeah, man. You too, man. Merry Christmas, man. Happy holidays to you and the fam. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to come drop in when you're doing your next Age of Empires, just so I can take a look. Oh, what's all this? Let me see. I'm just waiting to see if Drew's gonna hit. Oh, no, not yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I'll have to give him a second on this one. Yeah. Well, I will say, if he does get this figured out, it will be great because it'll be so much easier. So to give you guys, better late than never, yeah, right? To give you an idea of what I'm talking about is essentially when we were able to see all of the mismatches, right? There was like 1,079 of them that we were just showing that, but then being able to sort that based on kingdom number for old and new. This would allow for us to see in a very easy way in chronological order from like 1 to 700 or however whatever the oldest kingdom is that has had people move from that have left. It would allow for us to see all the players in order of showing the same number. And then we could do that for the new kingdom, which is the kingdoms that have received the most amount of players between these dates. That's the very simple version of kind of what I'm talking about. But again, just ideally only wanting to look at the mismatches. So we'll see. Let me ask him if you need me to hop in a call to explain better. I can. Okay, I just asked you if he needs me to explain better, because again, I know texting might not necessarily always be everyone's forte. So if he needs me, then we'll hop in. Oh, Sonny, the senior says, Sonny, what's up, man? Better late than never. Yeah. Yeah, man, dude, absolutely nuts, though. Yeah, because basically, like, what we would do, right, is we'd go in here, we'd remove match, because we only want to see mismatch, and then we'd go here, and we would remove, like, if it says not found, like, some of these will say not found. I don't know if I could find one here. If it does. Oh my gosh, let me see here. Dude, Tiny finally joins this guy. What a creep. Yeah, see, it's doing it here for some of these. Like, you see how it says, but then it goes from like 168 to 17. I don't understand that one. Yeah. Yeah, that one confuses me. Oh, hang on, let me reset. Tiny says, been busy with new migrations. Yeah, man. Wait, what are you not understanding? Oh no, I'm trying to figure this out. And I had asked Drew, and he's taking a look at it. But basically, the simple part is I want to be able to sort column B and C in chronological order. So it shows the total amount of players that have migrated, but in order of those numbers, right? So if there was, so it'll show like, 1, 10, 12, 17, 18, but then there could be different amounts of each of those, depending on the amount of players that have left those kingdoms or that have joined. And so for some reason, when I was trying to sort it on my own, when we were looking at about a 1,000, a little over 1,000 players that had migrated between these two dates, it was timing out. Like it wasn't sorting for me. And I don't know if it was me, if it was just on my end, or if maybe I needed to reset my filters, sort it, and then do the filters. So I don't know. That's the one thing I'm not sure of. So I'd have to take you back to where I was so you could see, and then it would be a little bit easier to understand. Because Drew came in right when I had it set up, and then I explained, like, this is what I'm trying to do based on that page that I was on. So, but for some reason, yeah, I don't know why. I guess it was just bugging on me. So, yeah, weird stuff. So weird. So weird. I know. Only if I was better. I know, absolutely. Yeah, because I was looking really forward. And that's the thing. Like, I wish I knew. I wish I could have figured it out. Because I was looking really forward to like showing everyone, like, hey, in order, here's the in order. Here's all the kingdoms that have had the most amount of people that have left, and then here's the kingdoms that have had the most amount of people join, right? And I could pretty easily figure that out just by being able to do a simple, A to Z sort on the numbers, but I don't know why it wasn't doing it. So, because it did it for the power when it was sorted based on historical power, but for some reason it wasn't doing it on column B or C. So that was just the part I was confused about. So. It's crazy. We can see this tomorrow, Lopian. Yeah. No, man. And I told Drew, I was like, dude, listen, man, if it's going to take a minute, don't worry about it. We can do it on the 26th or whenever. Yeah, I told him that. Because to be fair, I thought this was going to be an easy fix. So. Oh my God, dude. Oh, Drew. Oh, Drew. So you've been listening. Okay. So you've heard my explanation on on what I was trying to do or what I was trying to see. He says my pride doesn't allow that. Oh my God, man. All right, well, as long as everyone knows that I am not forcing Drew to stay, just so that is clear. Tiny says it's best to do this. Well, no, so Tiny, I'm going to do this a second time. Right now that Drew kind of set me up, I wrote down my instructions and my rules and everything. I have all that set up. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, because Drew was kind enough to walk me through everything. I made sure I wrote down my steps, so I don't have to bug him anymore to like update this. Because I can do it now on my own because he set up like a fantastic shell. But I'm going to do another one of these once registration finishes. So once for this new upcoming season, once registration closes, I'm gonna get the data from that. I'm gonna plug that in here and I'm gonna do it again. And we'll do it again, right? To see total movement. This is just like part one for people that moved during the season. Which shockingly, there was a little bit over 1,000 people. He's like, don't expose us. Why would you do this? Yeah. Tony says, Drew, if Drew's is being slave now, Drew, blink twice if you need saving. You guys, man. Yeah. Yeah. But if Drew, I mean, obviously if Drew's listening, you've probably heard me explain what I was trying to do. Because I know I had the page set up, I think, when you had initially came in. So, you know what I'm thinking it is? I wonder if it's this red thing where it says invalid. Could it, and I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know if maybe it's that, because all the other, maybe that's why these other numbers worked, because it didn't have that invalid thing. I don't know if that limits it on the sort. Oh yeah, dude, this is perfect. Oh no, hang on. Now there's 11. Well, okay, hang on. It was looking good. It was looking good. Yeah, now there's like 11 down here. That's in between. Oh, hang on. It's updating again. Okay, hang on. I gotta wait. Yeah, he's got it. US says, BN, I think you're an undercover dev. Lol, JK, they pay you triple, huh? Merry Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, first off, no, not a dev. Would I love to talk to the devs and have some conversations here and there? Sure. But no, honestly, man, to tell you the truth, I absolutely, yeah. Honestly, the easiest way for me to explain, like, dude, I love data, man. And I think that there is so much cool stuff that we can show from data that isn't regularly shown, right? And I often find that a lot of people are really interested in wanting to know who moved where, which kingdoms lost the most amount of people, which kingdoms gained the most amount of people. How did like an off-season free agency go? Like, people are really interested in that stuff, and myself included. And that was one of the reasons why I started trying to kind of figure out how to do this initially on my own. And I think I was having a conversation with Tiny one day, and I don't know if I was hanging out in their Discord, in their VC or something, but then I think Tiny had introduced me to Drew, and then that's when I kind of like threw out my idea. And then Drew had like set everything up in like 30 minutes, man. Like, it was so fast. Like, just faster than I would have anticipated. And set everything up beautifully. And it is, even now. But for some reason, I don't know what's going on with this sword thing. And, if it ends up being something that, listen, is just not fixed, okay, that's fine. Okay, hang on. Drew just said, there you go. Okay, Drew, don't tickle my pickle now, man. Let me see. Oh, hang on. I gotta wait a sec. It's loading. Okay. Dude, yes. Oh my God, Drew. Listen, man, if I'm gonna reach around Tiny the long way, Drew, I'm gonna reach around you the short way, my guy. You are Listen, dude, you know how people say they got work wives? I'm going to be honest, man. I'm going to let you be the work hubby. And don't worry, I'll propose. Woo! This is my man. Dude, Drew is a god. I will bow in what's that? It's not a forgetting what the fancy name is for like not bending the knee, but like doing that curtsy bow. Is it like genuflection? Something like that? Yeah. Tiny says Drew's a gift from God. I'm so glad he does our data. Dude, he's like, that code to fix it is actual AIDS. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna refresh. Let me refresh. Okay, I think we're good now. Let me test it. Yeah, I'm gonna test this while Drew is here. Just refresh the page to get the kingdom new to show up and you should be good to go. Okay. Let me see. Let's let this load. We're going to take a look. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to wait for the bar to finish here and we're going to see. Now, if this works, I'll be so excited. Okay, I can't tell if it's working or if it's breaking. Hang on, okay, hang on. I can't scroll. Okay, hang on. It's going slow. Okay. Hang on. I think we're good. Maybe, you know what? I should leave this alone for a sec because it is lagging a little bit. So maybe it's still loading. Okay, it's a little faster. Okay, cool. Okay. So, let's see here. Dude, yes. Okay, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Absolutely what I'm talking about. Yeah. Dude, this is perfect. Because now we can go through. So this was my whole idea, right? Is like if we go through, we can see like the total numbers. Okay, cool. Drew, wait, so tell me, was it because it had that invalid thing on it? Like that was my best guess. Was it because like the thing had that red triangle in the top right corner, it was saying invalid when I clicked on it? Did that factor in at all? Or no, I'm just totally off. Oh, okay. So it was reading it as like a word or the number written out and not the number, just the numbers. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So, the number written instead of the actual. Okay, dope. This is great, right? This makes it so now you guys can see what I was talking about. What I was trying to show you is like, you can look in here and now it's like, okay, Kingdom 54, right, has 4 people that left. And then it's like Kingdom 60, I can scroll down and we can see, not some, I want to do count, right? You can see 36 people, right, have left. 76, 12 people, right? So you can like see, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, you're gonna test it? Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, okay. I was gonna do the Kingdom new one next, but if you're gonna do that, I'll go ahead. Or whatever you're gonna test. How many left? 167. Hang on, man. I gotta follow Senpai's rules, man. If he's testing something, I'm not gonna mess with it until he's done. Just so we don't lag anything out. Scroll and check. Oh, okay, cool. I can scroll. Let me see. So 2 people have left. 167. But keep in mind, that's 2 people between November 7th and December 20th. So. Oh, also, and keep in mind, it's only for 100 million plus. So those are the 2 rules on this one. Is The dates that we're showing are between November 7th, which is just before this current season started, and then December 20th. So it's basically showing any players that migrated during the season and just before the season started. Okay. Along with that, they also had to be 100 million power, 100 million plus power in the beginning. Yeah. What is your name? Yeah. I can check. I'm just waiting for Drew to give me the okay here. Oh, hang on, I'll have to wait now. He's doing something. Give it a sec, fam. The wizard is working. US says, how many from EIS? I think EIS had like 6 or 7, if I recall correctly. Drew's like, who's Asta Chapo? Well, keep in mind, they might have renamed themselves. That could also be the thing, because I think the names are being pulled from the current names on December 20th. So if anyone changed the names, I think that's, at least I think it is. Drew would probably know. I mean, we could check. We would just have to go look at one of the, because again, I don't know what the name pulls from, if it's from the recent sheet or if it's from the older sheet or the new date or older date. But he was there. The ID comes up. You scrolling and he doesn't do shite. I mean, dude, yo, people are so mean these days. Gosh, man. Chat is volatile. Yeah, dude, how about some lovely words of inspiration? Okay. No. Oh, no, I think he's still doing something. I gotta wait. Shooting at me. It's 87. Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah, once Drew gives me the go ahead, then we'll take a look. Oh, hang on. Maybe I need to refresh. Let me refresh. Yeah, let me refresh. Okay, Drew said we're good to go. Oh, dude, there we go, man. So he did it. So he tested out the new. So dope. Okay. So now we're going to be able to see, this is something we haven't shown yet. Which kingdoms have got the most amount of migrants so far? That's what we're going to take a look at. So if you're here for the goods, then you should be blessed that you have stayed here long enough to watch the sheet wizard, Drew, do his magic. On top of, if you are just arriving, you probably arrived at the best time. Okay, all right. I gotta wait for the bar to finish just to fully load, and then we'll let it crack-a-lack real quick. Okay, we're gonna give it a sec because it was a little bit slow on the load. Oh yeah, this should be good. Oh yeah. Oh, hang on, it's low. See, this is why it's good to wait a little bit, be a little patient. So once this bar finishes loading, then we'll do another test. If we click to the next cell and it goes quick, then we know everything is pretty much loaded. At that point, we can take a look. Yeah, dude, dope sauce. Now I can say, hopefully, I won't have to reach out to Drew again for a hot fix. Hopefully. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, that one pretty quick. Okay, so here we go. If you are here we go. And happy coding or something. Yeah, listen, Drew, even first off, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you more than you know. But at this point in time, even if something does happen, I will not bug you until the 26th, at the earliest. So thanks. Okay, now let's see the kingdoms that have received the most amount of migrants thus far during the season and just before the season between November 7th and December 20th. So let's see. We got 22, 22 has 2 people that have come there. 30 NAS have 40 people that have come there. Let's see what else we got. Let's do count. There we go, count. So, Kingdom 35. Wow. Ooh, I wonder if this is like a rebuild or something. You know how sometimes you can get ideas on rebuilds, like if you have a lot of people that go to the same kingdom from one another. Maybe. Oh no, never mind. It's all farms. This is funny. Look, the name. Yo, real quick. Yo, look at Drew. Look at sneaky Drew right now, man. Just throwing stuff in there thinking we're not going to notice. I mean, listen, he's not wrong, but still, maybe we'll leave that in for a while. But dude, look, it's like, so this must just be all of Shanko's farms or something? Maybe they're moving them off of the kingdom. Okay. What else do we got here? Oh, look at 40. Dude, TFS has recruited 11 players so far between November 7th and December 20th. Wow, dude. Oh. Whoa, what's going on, man? Did Otter... Whoa, Otter brought over 4 accounts? Okay, never mind. Sorry, more like 8 people that have been recruited. I don't get that. I mean, if these 4 accounts are the same person, I don't know. I mean, wouldn't you want main accounts? Or are they bringing the 4 over? So, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, that seems weird to me. Like, if this is the same person, you're letting them bring over 4 accounts. I mean, again, wouldn't you want main people? I mean, I guess I get it if people need to bring their farms, but yeah, I don't know. Part of me just feels like maybe you'd rather have your main so you can fit more main players in. You know, I mean, because the only way that, because I mean, it's like these are weak accounts, right? Like, I guess I could understand if they were smaller powered accounts, but. Yeah. Real says, who would join TFS? Well, I guess to join TFS, you need the top 2 alliances to disband. No one person is real. I don't know. Yeah, it's just catching me off guard on that one. So I guess that's 8 people that are going, because we'd have to remove the 3 people if they are the same person. But again, right? So you got 8 people going to TFS. 2. Ooh, 52's getting a good bit. Look at this. 52's got 11 people joining so far. Also, it should be noted that Puppets from 314 went to TFS, which is a massive account. Just to throw that out there. So 52, 11 people have gone. Looks like all uniques based on names. But a lot of people from 438. Wow. From Brew left. And now they went to 52. Interesting. Okay. Let's continue. I'm going to be honest with you, Drew has made me like the happiest camper right now. We got 3 people going to 91. Oh, dude, here's all the BTX recruits. 4 people going to WAO, 2 people from EIS, which we showed that, I think. And then, dude, oh my God, how many people have gone to EIS? Okay. So far, EIS has the most amount of players that have joined. They're at 26 that have gone there, with the majority from Echo. You could arguably call it a minor rebuild. Or maybe a reinvigoration might be more appropriate. And then Some smaller accounts here in Catfish, Jingmen, and Flixbus from 90, 135, 504. Knight, what's up, man? Is it a new owner on Puppets? That account was up for sale. You know what? That's a good question, because Puppets did tell me he was quitting. And we covered this. So maybe it is. You holy mother of sword of Color Dragon. Yeah. Poll on, yeah, maybe Jason got it for his aviation endeavors. Yeah, possibly. Let's see here. 4 people going to 103. Sorry, excuse me. 5 people going to 103. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Did I say I named the wrong people going to 99? Sorry, that was Kits, Happy, and Infire from 80, 157, 298. Excuse me. I misspoke there. Let me correct that. I'm here. 3 people going to 109. 2 from 196. 3 people going to 111. Ooh, dude, 112 got a good amount. Look at this. 112 got 9 people to go there. This looks like from 551, these 2 accounts probably could be the same. I'm going to go with yes. So probably more like 8 accounts are going there. And power looks like between 101 and 122. Okay. 2 people going to 115, 2 to 118, 3 people to 119. Dude, 127. What in the heckaroni, man? Oh, this is pretty sick. 21 people migrating to 21. Nuts. Yeah. Drew says, at this rate, half of the accounts are going to be owned by like 4 whales. Yeah, right. Paula, what's up, man? When was this data pulled? Yes. So again, we've been reiterating this. We'll continue to do so. This is the first part of our migration movement coverage. So the data here was pulled between November 7th and December 20th. So this does absolutely not account for any migrations that have happened after December 20th, along with any that have happened after the summary yesterday at reset, and then also once the season ends tomorrow on the 26th, which is the 25th, but going into reset, it'll be the 26th. That's why we're going to do another one of these once registration finishes for this new upcoming season. So if that's 2 weeks away or however long it is, I'll get another pool from Fuzzy and Ezio over at Hero Scrolls once registration closes. Then once that happens, we will do another live stream showing officially all the movement that has happened from the start of this season, the current season, up until the registration closing point. So then you, because again, there's going to be more people that move. At the moment, there was a 1,059 players that have moved between November 7th and December 20th, where the majority of that time was during the season. That's how many migrations took place for players that were over 100 million power, which was us looking at about the top 13,000 players in the game are over 100 million power as of the 20th of December, right? So there's a little over, it's like 13,124 or something as of the pull on the 20th for the total amount of players that are at 100 million power and above. It's a lot, but we basically looked at that. That was kind of our minimum that we operated under. However, let's get back to 127. So a lot of players from 439. I wonder, maybe they're doing a rebuild or something, or I'd have to see what their power was, what 127's power was back on the 7th. Let me see. Hang on a sec. Let's see. You guys are getting a little look at my sheets that I get. Kingdom, yeah, let's go sort. What was that, 127, right? Is that what I said? Okay, so they were active. They had on the 7th. They were 7 bill. Okay, so they were 7 bill, and then between that time they've had 20. Let me see how much power. came in. So let's just go off old power because that'll be our minimum. Okay. So they've had about 2.5 billion power that have joined. So about 2.5 billion power has joined 127 between November 7th and December 20th. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot for where they're at. I mean, that's a third of their power, essentially. A third of their power joined. Yeah. Polo says, I was about to say since WA looking thick. US says, too much information. I'm like 5 beers in already. I won't keep it. Thanks you for keeping us updated. And Drew, love your channel. US says, we'll check it when I'm free. Yeah, man. Okay, let's look. 129, 2 people, 135. We got 3 people that joined. Let's see here. 140 has had 6 people join. 1 from 5. Oh, wow. Life Stealer from 1 from 6. Oh, wow. So I wonder if Life Stealer and Death Dealer, maybe those are the same accounts or they're connected. But that's a big one. I mean, it's 215. 2 from 143. 146 had 3 people join. 2 from 150. 2 151. 3 152. Okay, here's the little. Oh, this is 6 people. Some smaller accounts. Most from 150. We're heading over. We got, what is that, 5 from 156. Top power 133. 4 of those, though, coming from 163. And then 2 joining 163. We got 6 joining 164. 2 from 5. Oh, wow. 2 from FWY, 515. So going over to BXS. 143 million top power going. 2 from 174. We got 3 180. Let's see. 3 188. 3 from 194. 2 from 572. Oh, dude. Wow. 196. Oh, my gosh. Dude, this is what I'm looking at. 25 people. I wonder if this is a rebuild. 196. How did 196 look as of the 7th? Let's see. Oh, wow. So 196 was at 7.5 billion as of November 7th. So about a month and a half ago, that's where they were. And they've had how much power join? Did I get everyone in this? I did. So they have 2.7 billion power coming in. So yeah, wow, that's about a third of their power joining. Wow. Dude, that is pretty cool. 202, let me see, 224. Let's see if we can just find some bigger ones. So 6 people from 266. Also some big ones, man. We got some big ones here from 515. 269, 6 people joining. Some smaller accounts. 4270. 282 had 5, but again, smaller accounts. Ooh, here we go. Here's some bigger ones. 285, 7 people joining. Some smaller accounts. Oh, dude, 286 got a decent amount. 286, 9 people joining. A lot of them coming from 282. Oh, I wonder if these are farms because they're all like really low around the same power or just similar accounts to someone. 298, 7 people joining. So some smaller accounts, highest 140. 3 of those coming from the same kingdom. Let's see, 44. That's about the same. 37, 44. Oh, here we go, dude. Damn. 354. Say it ain't so, baby girl. 22 people going to 354. Where were they? How strong was 354 on the 7th? So that's it. So they either were B or A. Let me see. No, I don't want to see. I want to see the kingdom number. Oh, wow. So they weren't in G2. Oh, no. Hang on. Yeah, no, I still don't think they are. Yeah, no. So Sin's not in G2. Where are they? Hang on. Uh, 354. I was like, man, who am I looking at right now? Okay. So they're probably G. Oh, okay. So they're G1. No, sorry. No, yes. Excuse me. They are. Because we covered. No. Sorry, it's not G1. G1 was Road to Dawn. Yeah. Sorry, this is G1. So that means they'd have to be maybe G3. Because they just started. G1 went into their... Yeah, because G1 just started. G2's ending. G3 would still be in it. So I wonder if they're G4. Unless they skipped last season. I'm going to have to think about this. Now... because because G1 just started, G2 is about to end, G3 should be a little ways in to their currency to a season, even like halfway into a season, right? So I think this is G4. Okay, some of you are saying that they're G3. If that's the case, then these people would be G4. Okay. So yeah, maybe the timelines have sped up a little bit then. Or they've broken it apart wider. Because last season it was a little bit closer on those. So, okay. That's interesting. So they were at 17.5 billion power. And... yeah, 17.5 billion power. And they're bringing in how much power right now? And obviously, we probably would have to calculate how many people left. So they're bringing in 2.6 bill. So that would put them at like getting probably close to 20.5 billion. So they've broken 20 bill. Interesting. Okay. Dude, what's going on with 357? YSS is just getting everyone? Oh my God. They've had 40 people migrate there. That is the most amount so far of people that have migrated somewhere between November 7th and December 20th. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, where was 357? Dude, they were already, oh my gosh. So I wonder if people left because that's YSS. That was where they're in G1 right now. We covered that kingdom. Did they just have a bunch of people leave? Huh. Didn't I cover this? Hang on. I want to see where their power was. Is it teams or no? It should be matchups. I think I did. Here it is. Okay, so they were almost 25 bill. So this is where they were as of the 20th, at close to 25 bill. They must have had, let me see what this totals out to real quick. Here we go. Wow. So that means they migrated in almost 6 billion power. But as of the 7th, they were at 23. So that means that I mean, maybe they were down on power because they still would have been fighting at that point. So they could have been down a little bit on power. But like you're bringing 6 bill in, that would put you at almost 30 if you give a conservative estimate. That means they had to have had either people that left or they kicked people at that point. So maybe they did. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we can see that, right? We can see how many people left them as well if we look, which we have the ability to do. But that's just super interesting because they end up at about 25 bill power here, right, for their top 300. But they bring in 6 and they're already at 23 bill as of early November. That's wild. So yeah, maybe that's my thought is they needed to either replace, because otherwise you would probably be a little bit stronger than that for your top 300. Okay, let's continue. Wow, that's a lot. I mean, dude, that's a lot of people they brought in. Oh, Machine says they're waiting for G2 to start season. Okay. Oh, dope. So they're looking to come. Sneaky, what's up, man? Where's WB? You mean for what we're showing now? Yeah. Brimbot, what's up, man? Why not to make a pivot to count number of new kingdom players to check highest migrants? What do you mean, new kingdom players? Why not make a pivot to count number of new kingdom players? You mean as in younger kingdoms? Is that what you mean? Oh no, that's what we're doing. Yeah, we're looking through them. Oh, I see. Oh, you mean Oh, I see what you mean. As far as like do a formula or something where it'll count. Yeah, so that's actually one of the things I want to do. Okay. Yeah, dude, that's one of the things I want to ask Drew to do eventually. Like that's something I have on my list to ask him after the holidays. If he's able to. So what you're talking about is this. Hang on, where is it? Here. So this is the thing that I did manually. Right, like, yeah, this is the other thing that I'd love to do, where that I was thinking about asking Drew to do, if he can basically like make this table editable so it'll show like in order. I think this is what you're talking about, Brim. At least it sounds like that's what you're talking about. But yeah, like I did this, but I did this manually. The last time I did this was like a year ago. But this is kind of what I'd like to be able to maybe have this page automated. So like whenever I just update it, it's just, it auto populates here to kind of the overview tab. I didn't want to ask Drew to do it right now because, you know, he already helped us out a lot by fixing this and spent a decent bit of time. But I will see, and I'm sure he'd be okay doing it, but I'm sure I'll ask him on the 26th to update that. I understand that I am doing it the caveman way. I can effortlessly acknowledge. But part of that is fun for me because it's like he's like chop chop. No, listen, I get it. Part of it, I will say, is fun for me. Like, I like looking through, because the thing is, we know what we're looking for, right? We're looking for a large amount of numbers, a large amount of cells with the same number that indicates that kingdom had a lot of people move there. But eventually, if able to just update this, then it'll show all of that for us, right, in one go. It just won't break down for us, like, some of the more specific stuff. But eventually I'd like for it to. Like, I not only do I want to look at power, but I would love to look at, like, you know, average PvP activity percentage, merits, like maybe a few things for each, right? So you can see not only how much power is coming in, but how much PvP fighting strength is coming in. And then the same thing for people that are leaving the kingdom, how much power is leaving, how much PvP fighting strength is leaving. To me, that would be awesome to see. And we're getting close, absolutely. So, you know, these are some of like my dreams, like some of the things that like are my bucket list items for data that, you know, thankfully, you know, there's a lot of really awesome people in the community that effortlessly know a lot more than I do in certain areas. And it's so cool to see people that are willing to help out and to kind of show some love in that way. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, Brent, listen, yeah, if you want to hit me up on Discord, you know, more than welcome. You know, again, you know, thankfully, you know, there's so many people out there in the community that are just like spreadsheet wizards. So for me, it is so cool just to soak everything up. And, you know, like I can put an idea out there and I can describe to people, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'd love to be able to do. And then for those people to literally be like, dude, I can do that so easily, which to me is funny because it would take me a while to do it manually, which is usually what I have been doing. And again, I also understand part of that's on me just for my laziness of not wanting to, or not saying not wanting, but for needing to educate myself. But aside from that, let's continue, because I know some of you obviously would like to see some more of the kingdoms. So let me get through with that. 401, we have, what do I have here? Count, we got 7 people that have migrated, 3 from 282, so same. Let's see the next big one. Ooh, 424 has a lot. They got 15 people that migrated there. A bunch of people left NWE from 341. Interesting. Going over to FF. It looks like maybe though that's the same account. This NW, maybe not. Most of these probably look like they're pretty new. Where was 424? What was their strength? Let's see. So they were at 15 billion power as of the 7th. Let's see how much power is joining. What's that? So about 2.2 billion power joining out of their, what did I say, 15? Yeah. So they're probably getting close to 17 and a half. It could be, depending on how many people have left, right? You'd have to see what the differential is there. That actually could be something cool that I'm thinking about now to code. If you could look at the plus minus and then just take the difference, that would actually be pretty cool. So now that I'm thinking about it, if there's a way to, when this is coded, if maybe you can look at migrate in, migrate out, but then you can see like the net positive. So like what's the net, like did they net lose or net gain? That could be really cool to look at now that I think about it. I'm going to have to write that note down. That could be dope to look at, right? So it would be like, we can see this for like, maybe it's like the top 25 kingdoms, right? That migrated in the most, maybe top 25, top 30 that migrated out the most. But then there's another one that here's the top 25 or 30 kingdoms that were either the most net positive, or maybe we could do 2 more, one that's for the most net positive and one for the most net negative. As in, they lost more than they gained, or they gained more than they lost, right? That's interesting. Oh God, okay. I have to contain myself, because I told myself we will bug Drew, we will reach out and ask after Christmas, so on the 26th. Okay, 424 we looked at. Let's look at the oh my God, 427. Jeez, 427 that's gonna be about 20, huh? It is. So 427, 20 people migrated here. A lot of people from 76. 427, where were they? What was their strength? 427. Okay, so they were pretty small. 4.5 bill. Maybe a rebuild that's probably a D seed. And they brought in how many people? They brought in 2.3 billion power. So that would push them about 7 bill, maybe more. Okay. Kind of, we're probably trying to work their way up into maybe some C's, low C. That's a lot though. 20 people is good. Ooh, dude, 444. 13 people joining SCL. That is dope. See that? Okay. $13. Where was SCL at? 444. They were 16.5 bill. And oh, they got a couple big people here. How many people joined? Or was 2 billion power. So 2 billion power joined. There's 16.5. So that puts them at about 18.5, maybe getting close to 19 bill. Okay. And again, that is dependent on how many people potentially left. 447, 11 people joined. 447 for Zen. 2 people from 477, 2 for 140. Joined, where was 477? So they were about 10 bill. Oh, sorry, oopsies. 8.4 bill for 47. Oh, oopsies, was that 477? It was, oopsies, where's 447? Okay, here we go. So they were about 11.5 billion power. And they've had 1.4 bill. Okay, so they'd be about, what, 13? Yeah. Bob, what's up, man? BN, you heard 326 disbanded. No, I don't think so. I'm going to make a note on this, though, so I can follow up. Thank you for that. I don't know if I have heard that they did. I know we covered the 515 one in FWY. There's 2 other disbands that I'm planning to cover as well that I'm aware of. But I know I haven't. I don't know if I heard about 326. But I appreciate the heads up. 458, 470 had 5 people leave. Oh, here we go. 483, or sorry, join. Excuse me. 43 had 9 people join, and that's WW 483. So they were at 15.5 bill. And they had 1.1. Okay, so like getting closer to 17. Ooh, 501, 8 people joined. 4 of those from 278. Okay, I mean, 1 big account. Ragnar, 284. Oh, dude, 509, look at this. 13 people joining 509. All of them from 151. Huh. Yeah. Tiny, are you and Raz gonna sue for copyright infringement? All right, aren't you guys hyphen I hyphen? Oh, you said Bob says, yeah, they disbanded, many moved to 341. Interesting. That's a lot there. Ooh, 530, dude. Look at this. 10 people going to 530. A lot from 283, leaving RFF. Wow. 7 from going to 538. Wow, looks like all from different places, just kind of picking up some singles. Yeah, all kind of low 100s. 6, 541. Oh, 543 got 6 people. 547, 6. Dude, 549. What is this? 18 people migrating there. And they got like a nice mix. 153, 182, 284. Oh, wow, KT's going there? Oh my gosh. Where, 549, where were they? Is that 549? Oh, that's a rebuild. Okay. Yeah, 549 is a rebuild. Because they're at, as of November 7th, they were at 2.3 billion. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much a rebuild. Dude, 551. What is this madness? Oh my God. Wow, this is 551, the second highest migration kingdom for people going there so far. 39 players going to 551. What in the heck? So 551 as of November 7th, they were at 19 billion power. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see how much is going in. Dude, they're getting people from everywhere. And this is like a strong kingdom. They recruited about 5 billion power. Wow. So that means they're going to be at about 24 bill. Conservatively, maybe 24, 25, 24, 24 and a half. Maybe more. Just depends on how many people left. Wow. Dude, that is nuts. Burnbot says ACA's old alliance, many players returning there. Yeah. Wow. Dude, here you go. 555. They're getting 12 players. Okay, most of them are from 308. And they're 5 billion power. Okay, so maybe rebuild or like, you know, low active D. Okay. Oh, dude, 572. Look at this. Hunt is getting some. They're getting 18 players. Hunt is 572. Dude, they're not weak. Isn't Hunt in G1? But they're 20 and a half bill. How much are they getting? 2.1. So yeah, that puts them at almost 23 billion if it holds up and they don't have a lot of people that leave, right? Because this was from November 7th, so you have to imagine some people have been growing still too as well. Wow. 574 is 6 people moved there. 575. Ooh, here we go. 578's got a decent bit. 14 players moving there. 578 there. We're at about almost 16 billion power as of November 7th. And they're bringing in 1.7 bill. That's pretty good. 579 bringing in 10 players. Oh, here we go. 588. No, that's 6. 589 a few. 590 a few. 591. Oh, here we go. 592 is bringing in 11. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. They've been recruiting from a couple places. Where's with them at? 592. 14 bill. Okay. How much did they bring in? Oh, wow. Almost 1.5 billion. That's pretty good. Kingdom 600, bringing in 11. Wow. 602 bringing in 12. And they were at 11 bill previously. And they brought in 1.4 billion. Not bad. Dude, 611. Aka, excuse me, 24 players that they brought in to SOV. Let's see where they're at. What did I say, 611? They were at 12.5 billion power last month on November 7th. Was it 12.5? Let's see how much they brought in. 3.1. So that's putting them closer to 16 billion now. Wow. And I'm sure recruiting probably isn't done, right? Because remember, we're only going up till December 20th. So that doesn't account for the past 4 days, along with the remaining days up until registration closes for the new season. Well, I guess it also depends what gen pool that kingdom is in, because that'll factor as well. Dude, 615. Oh my gosh. What in the heck? 615 tying for the third place on the second most kingdom, on the second kingdom, or the kingdom with the second most amount of migrants coming in. Dude, NLP. What did I tell you guys, man? 615 is cooking something there. Yeah, they're at almost 16.5 billion power. Let me see. Let me see how much is coming in. Almost a little over 5.3. That would put them at about 22 billion power if they didn't have a lot of people that left. Wow. Dude. That's pretty nuts. 617 had 8. 619, 8. Ooh, 641. 12 people going to 641. Oh, dude, negative from Echo went there. Wow. Whoa, 646. What's going on here, man? Whoa. 33 people. I think that would put them at number 3 or number 4 for the kingdom with the next most amount of people coming in. 646 nuts, dude. They're getting people from everywhere. Wow, 2 people from Echo joined them as well. Deadpool and Phil's Wizard. Typhoon from ROG at 110 went there. 646. So they were at about 10 billion power. And let's see how much power went. 4 billion. So what did I say, 10? So that probably put him about 14 and a half. Wow. Dude, 664. You see this? Oh my gosh. 35 people going to 664. Somebody from BTX went there. Wow. 664, man. Oh, that's skin. They were at 9 billion power on the 7th. Let's see how much power went. 4.3. So that put them at about maybe 13 and a half, maybe 14 billion, depending on how many people left. Oh, we're pretty much done. 678, 8 people went there. And then we got 5 that went to 687. Well, there you go, fam. There you go. That covers pretty much about 1,070 people that left or that migrated so far. And yeah, man, that's everything that we got for you. I'm gonna release a solo video on this probably tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. Because I want to update the overview tab. So I'm going to do that to figure out like the kingdoms that had the most amount of people that left and the most amount of people that joined. So I'm going to try and update this thing for the updated overview. So I can try and get that out in the next day or two. And then obviously we'll get ready for the next one. And I'm sure the good thing is we'll have this, or maybe I'll just wait. Potentially. We'll see. Because worst case, we could always wait until we do the next pull after registration closes. And I'm sure by then, Drew will be kind enough to update the overview tab for us. So those things just auto-populate and update. And we can kind of set that up appropriately. But yeah. So aside from that pretty much goes over everything I wanted to show today. Man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been absolutely great. Yeah, man, this has been so awesome. So like I said, again, I don't know what the plan looks like over the next couple of days as far as potentially streaming. Again, I'll have to see just kind of what's coming up. I know we're obviously getting to kind of the end of the season. Now, we might do a end of season award stream where we go over and give shout outs to people. I have to put that sheet together though, and that probably won't be until after the season ends. So it would probably be anywhere from like December 26th onwards. So we might do something like that because the 26th is Friday. So maybe if we don't do any streaming tomorrow, maybe Friday night I can do a stream and I'll put together all the data that I'm going to get Friday morning, and we can do like an end of season kind of award show where we kind of give some shout outs and go over like high performers for the current season, something to that effect. So that's kind of what I'm spitballing right now. Anyways, that is it for me. Again, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Most of you know, man, I really appreciate people that are willing to kind of come hang out with us and to see that you guys are interested in what I'm interested in. And even though at times it probably feels like we're playing a spreadsheet game, hopefully the information, what we show, how we present it, what we talk about is, the interesting part. At least I'd like to believe. With that all being said, thank you guys so much for the love tonight. You know, most of you know, doesn't really matter how many people hang out with us. I really enjoy doing, you know, what we do and being able to show you guys, you know, things that I'm really passionate about. So that is going to be it for me. Whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Happy holidays. And if you don't see me on tomorrow, Merry Christmas to you, your fam, your loved ones. Have a great day. And make sure you know, eat some cookies. And if you are your person Santa, you know what I mean? Don't get caught. That's it for me. As always, until next time, man, we'll catch you guys later. Take care.